This is my speech 3. This is my audience. These are my note cards. As you may know, professional athletes can make millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars. But did you know that there are many professional athletes that struggle during and after their professional careers? These struggles can come from many different types of areas, such as mental health, but the main one that I've seen throughout my studies is they don't have much financial literacy. Take Joe Murphy for example, which I will mention a little more in the coming presentation. He is one of the greatest hockey players that ever lived. He played with Wayne Gretzky as a winger on his side. He won at least 5 Stanley Cups with him with the Edmonton Oilers. Now you can find him in Canada, homeless, usually around the bushes, sleeping in them, having to steal from gas stations, and also meeting with the residents just to tell his story of what happened. These types of problems can be avoided, however. I speak on this issue because there are many different types of players that actually go through these struggles, and these players I've looked up to for my entire lives, for many of my parents' lives, maybe my brother's life, even he has players that he inspires to be someday. These types of players should not have to struggle through these perilous times and have to worry about bankruptcy or different types of struggle financially. Financial instability among North American sports players before and after retirement has increased, which can be solved with the help of financial programs and also financial advisors/mentors. There are many problems with athletes in the lack of control or fines that they have. They can they can spend their money however they want, which is fine with them, but the lack of knowledge on how much they should spend or how much they should invest or what to invest in can become a problem for many of the times that they have. These poor outcomes of investments can really hurt their financial stability and also make some type of homelessness or bankruptcy, as said before. From Luis Incancio to Paku Pahia from St. Thomas University. Poor financial knowledge, the unique nature of professional sports as an industry and as a professional field, impulsive purchasing patterns, the lack of financial advisors or mentors, and players' willingness to plan their future after retirement. Some players refuse or don't know how to actually plan after their retirement, so this may cause issues in the future of where they can actually understand what they need to do as a family or maybe as a single person that owns their own entity or their own brand. You could take Joe Murphy again, for example. He's been homeless. He had really bad gambling issues, which he didn't know how to control his money. He also spent a lot on different types of jewelries and maybe even family. You can also add mental health into that institute because sometimes players have these type of injuries or mental injuries that they may occur during their time. Take football, for example. It's a really physical sport, and it's a physical sport which can cause concussions or different type of brain injury that may lead to some type of lack of knowledge, or maybe they need help with their actual lives after. You can also take Allen Iverson. Usually, during his career, playing for the 76ers, he made somewhere around $200 million from his contracts and fees. But after that, after his retirement, he technically bought luxury items such as jewelry, cars, houses, whatever you thought, even giving money to family members. Each of these problems have basically bankrupt him, and he's on his way through programs to actually try to gain back some money and also help him figure out what type of financial stability he needs. But even so, it would take him till like 2030 just to figure out how to get most of that money back through those programs. Again, from Louis Pakahi from St. Thomas University. some admitted that while they're some admitted that while their purchases they make impulse purchases, they allocate a significant part of their budget and their financial assets of their various independents, including retailing, family members, and others. Having family members, sending them money, sending them friends, knowing that he has the money, or he or she has the money to actually pay for their stuff, which can also lead to some type of bankruptcy. Some solutions to this problem could be mentors and advisors that help them through their actual careers and help them learn what they can do financially and help them figure out not how to go bankrupt or how to actually invest well. They also can help them control their money and technically have like maybe a little allowance they can have so that they don't have to spend all the money that they have gained. Another solution is going into their actual industry, sport industry. I've seen players go into media. I've seen players go into the business side of the sport so that they can gain back that money, also have a purpose to not spend or try to spend all that money and actually have an education into those fields. The last thing, you can also get investor mentors, which can help invest that money into stocks, other type of investments that they can figure out and have gains and values from. These investors can actually help them gain back some of that money if they do lose that eventually, and also helps them have financial literacy throughout their lives. The last one is actually financial literacy and gaining more of that throughout their lives. They can take classes through colleges. They can take free classes online. Anything that can help them actually figure out what they need to do to gain back some of that money that they may lose. As from Natia Trojano writes from interest by amounts, fortunately there are numerous ways for pro athletes to educate themselves about money management, such as attending financial literacy programs offered by their leagues or players associations. How this actually helps them for the different types of things. Money is very important in today's society. Even if you don't see it, everything in the back corner is usually about money and how much they can gain. If you don't have money, then hey, you can't get any type of food or shelter, anything like that. These types of players usually have some type of mental disabilities that they haven't even shown, like such as CTE or brain damage inside their actual head. So sometimes that can lead to self-destruction inside the actual player. So seeing these types of players actually self-destruct and don't know what to do with this money or just spend it willy-nilly, unfortunately that is the bad side of retirement and how teams just leave their players without any help or any type of education on the fact of the matter. These types of players don't need to fear homelessness. These types of professional people, these type of professional athletes, they don't need to go through these types of troubles when they help entertain millions upon millions of people and also help their communities inside and out. Financial instability among North American players before and after their retirement have increased, which can be solved with outside programs and financial literacy advisors. Our athletes train tirelessly and succeed in their sport. However, tasting success comes when they can live their lives with healthy and normal throughout their day-to-day lives. By giving athletes the need to help to understand their earnings, we can protect their futures and have them empowered to the life that they honestly deserve. Let us help the ones that inspired us through our early lives and show them better ways of succeeding and after their career is over and done with. Thank you.